Hi guys, I want to introduce you to Chuck Hudak. Chuck's a buddy of mine, a youth coach in the Atlanta area. He's been using and around the Zooka ZS 740, this particular machine, for years now. And I thought it'd be a good benefit to you to hear from a guy who uses this on a daily basis during and out of season. Chuck, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about how you utilize it and how you see its best use for your ball club?
Sure. JP, I really appreciate it. 3 years ago, I walk into your facilities and I see this machine and was just fascinated by it. Just the look, different. Never had seen a pitching machine like this, and just said, hey, could I use it? At the time, my boy was 9 years old and was just beginning to really get into baseball. We were still playing a rec program.
Yeah.
And I really saw that him and his team needed to get better on some of the fundamentals. And after hearing you talk about this machine, I was like, wow, I think this might be the perfect machine. Yeah. Some of the things I liked about this machine is the way you see it is the way it goes out to the field. I didn't have to carry cords. I didn't have to bring a generating station with me.
Right.
It was just perfect. Also, what I liked is basically one-handed, I can set this machine up by myself. I thought that was tremendous. So within 3 minutes, I can be working with my guys. Finally, I believe this is the most flexible pitching machine. Not only does it pitch, because it's a pitching machine, but I can do infield work with it. I can do outfield work. And Coach, you know, you've seen me. I've got a great fun drill for those 9-year-olds that I can get the whole team involved, dads involved, everybody involved using the Zooka. First off, as you can see, it's right in the pitching motion. But for my 9-year-olds, that fun drill, let me start with my 9-year-olds. That fun drill I used was, I would take it, point it straight up in the air, kick the machine up as high as it could go, and take this tennis ball and put the tennis ball in the machine. And Coach, let me tell you, would shoot that tennis ball about 200 feet in the air. And I would have every kid was cheering on, every player was cheering on the other player to try and catch that too. They weren't scared because it was just a tennis ball. But what did it teach them? It taught them that, hey, no matter how high the ball is, I still have to get underneath of it. I have to get to the spot. I have to catch it above me, and I've got to use 2 hands. You know, with a tennis ball, you don't squeeze, catch, and cover. It pops right out of the glove.
So you built a lot of confidence in the younger players, and you were on the rec level at that point. Did you have kids who actually caught their first fly ball because of this?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Awesome?
Because after we switched out of the tennis balls, we took some rubber practice balls, put those in the machine. Again, we were building that confidence level with 9-year-olds. And as you know, the difference between a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old and those balls being hit to the outfield is incredible. So my 9-year-olds were really gaining a lot of confidence. That made them better as 10-year-olds. So now let's just jump a few years ahead, 3 years ahead, to my son now who's 12. Man, how am I improving them with this machine now? Well, don't kid yourself. They still want to do the tennis ball drill because that's still a lot of fun. But as you know, we can take the angle of the machine down. Works great. As you know, this machine has a light, makes 3 audible tones before the ball shoots out of the machine.
You might mention it does it at the same time. So you've got this bright, very bright LED red light here that goes flash, flash, flash at the same time. The hitter will hear, at the same time the hitter will hear beep, beep, beep. And then thump, and it comes out of the machine. So they know they can actually load. They do have the ability to trigger, and which is what you don't have with a lot of the wheel-type machines and this type of machine as well. But they've overcome that for sure. Go right ahead.
Without a doubt. And again, keep in mind that you're talking about hitting. I use it a lot for outfield work. I have the boys stand out in the outfield with their back to me.
I see where you're going.
Okay? And with their back to me, they hear the audible tones. Beep, beep, beep. They know on that 3rd tone that they are allowed to turn around at that point and track the ball.
Do you see that you may be outgrowing it at this point?
I'll be honest with you that I do not believe I'm outgrowing it at this point. I've got 12-year-olds. No, I don't believe my team is growing out of this. For the hitting portion of it, it throws 50 miles an hour.
You can get it up to 65 if you use a good dimple ball.
So up to 65 miles an hour with an L screen. I can stand next to the machine. I'm protected. I can feed the machine. I have the automatic feeder.
Yeah.
And I'm fine.
We'll talk about the optional automatic feeder at another time, but I really wanted to get to the point about velocity, because a lot of people, I think velocity is overrated, and I think taking a good quality swing at a repeatable delivery over and over, I think is more important. Do you use this with short toss, where you can you make the distance a little shorter, so at 65 you could actually, as they get older, get a little more velocity, because it's really quickness that we're talking about anyway, not so much the velocity that makes the difference.
Without a doubt.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Without a doubt, because you know and I know it's bat speed, bat speed, bat speed,
Absolutely.
bat speed.
Absolutely.
So if I can just shorten that distance of that ball to that batter, I know my boys are getting a good workout.
Chuck, I want to thank you very much. I really appreciate your heads up on this. Thanks.
No
Have
problem.
a great season.
Thank
okay?
you, man.
All
Hope
right.
to see you out at the ballpark.
You bet. Thanks, guys, for listening. I just wanted you to get another coach's view on exactly how you can best use this great Zooka ZS 740. Thanks for listening. I know it was a little long, but I sure appreciate it, and I know all those points are very, very important to you guys out there. Thanks again. Have a good one.